I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yeah. Yeah. Shorty, let me holler at you. Girl, it's the way you walk. Command attention. It's all about your vibe. Your true intention. I call you good God. You're misunderstood. Cause you're from the hood. From first eye contact, I knew I had to have that. Had a feeling you were something special. Didn't know if I could match that. You draw a crowd just to say hi. You make it happen, you stay fly. You big and everyone know. If I was a stock, you would raise mine. Even with a t-shirt and sweats on. Girl, you work it for me. Don't matter what they say about you. Baby, you're perfect. Girl, it's the way you walk. Command attention. It's all about your vibe. Your true intention. I call you good God. You're misunderstood. Cause you're from the hood. That Dominican girl. East African queen, call you my cinnamon girl. Sweet like grandma Kaba. You were a #1 prospect. Even if you're raised in the projects. And you got the whole game on lock. Cops and robbers. They'll build an altar, you're so bomb. You shoot them down so calm. You don't be playing no games. But sexy in jerseys you throw on. I'm your soldier, I will march in line. You know it's your world. Let me hit you with that more in line. You go, girl, it's the way you walk. Command attention. It's all about your vibe. Your true intention. I call you good God. You're misunderstood. Cause you're from the hood.
They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, I would love to be the one that holds you. Console you in times of grief and listen when you're trying to speak. Your smile, it brightens up the darkest moods, and looking in your eyes is like gazing at the stars and moon. Just thinking about you, damn, I can hardly move. The depths of my feelings are hard to convey. Like trying to catch fish at the edge of a bay. Like I'm caught in an infinite wave. Cause even when you do the simplest things,
winner of the 2022 AT&T Slam Dunk Contest from the New York Knicks. Let's hear it for Obi Toppin.
I figure I spread some love and some joy amongst us, you know what I'm saying? Represent for my young fella. Yeah, I'm Obi. When I put this on your head, I'm Obi. When I smash this on your head, I'm Obi. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm topping on your head. Last year they jerked us from the dunk test. This year I'm back, you know I'm Movex. I hold it down my own, represent the city. All my Mars underground cats stay gritty. 5 times we winners on the showcase. Never mind the Reggies, let them all hate. From New York to Cleveland, that All-Star weekend. If I don't win that trophy, I ain't leaving. 6'9", incredible with the vertical. Medical prints on the rim means I'm surgical. Posterize you with a flick cause you playing gutter. Same height like my dad when he played at the Rucker. How you wanted the alley-oop from out the roof. If I was Blake, I would've jumped over a new coupe. My shoe game by the greatest, so I stay sporting. Some OB hot toppings, so I went Jordan. That windmill from the wing, it'll make the garden buzz. They take off with one bounce where Fat Joe was. The next morning, everybody saying it's my night. The great Warner will be talking on my highlights. That one jersey be swerving through the back cuts. And I ain't drunk when I tell Quick to throw it up. Get out my way, you ain't seen that no look pass. The next dunk, Mike Darryl Dawk and break the glass. When I put this on your head, I'm Obi. When I smash this on your head, I'm Obi. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm topping on your head, I'm Obi. When I put this on your head, I'm Obi. When I smash this on your head, I'm Obi. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm topping on your head. Last year they jerked us from the dunk test. This year I'm back, you know I'm Movex. I hold it down my own, represent the city. All my Mars underground cats stay gritty. 5 times we winners on the showcase. Never mind the Reggies, let them all hate. From New York to Cleveland, that All-Star weekend. If I don't win that trophy, I ain't leaving. Y'all know what time it is. It's your boy J Boogie. I don't play no games with this. I support our team to the fullest, you know what I'm saying? But I only got one thing to say. Play the young kids, that's it. Y'all know where our future is at. The future is with them. Not in the past, not in the present, the future. Let's go. Let's go. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm topping on your head, I'm Obi. Can't be serious. I mean, really though? You mean to tell me that them Voltrons went out like that? Hey, yo, Nims, let me hold this for a minute. Bong bing, close the train doors. The broom swept, can't believe they got old Ford. Kyrie, you a problem child. Well, Ho said, shit, let me move my bowels. Bong bing, this must be a dream. I thought I saw Spike with the other team. Bong bing. What we talking about? No matter who's on your team, you in the Knicks house. That playing game don't mean you won inside the playoffs. Don't even talk to the media, take that jersey off. The 4 games I'm tuned in, you had the city watching. Don't even watch Philly play, just watch James Harden. That switch pick, never mind, I let my man take him. And now Katie having nightmares of Jason Tatum. That famous line by Loaded Lux says you gon' get this work. Don't talk to me about Ben, he said his back hurt. Now Kyrie, like Steve Nash, you can take the blame. Come next year, I'm going back to playing half them games. The truth be told, we don't care about your Barclays. When it comes to the city, this here's RJ's. My young Jims right now, yeah, they on some shit. From Obi Toppin, I man your ass real quick. A line flip, no, I feel bad for Blake Griff. That's the loss you gotta take to win a championship. Now you back like the New Jersey Nets. What you thought your Final Four was cutting down the nets? Bong bing, close the train doors. The broom swept, can't believe they got old Ford. Kyrie, you a problem child. Well, Ho said, shit, let me move my bowels. Bong bing, this must be a dream. I thought I saw Spike with the other team. Bong bing, what we talking about? No matter who's on your team, you in the Knicks house. When it comes to the city, it's always the Knicks. Like my man Nim said, it's bing bong. But y'all dudes over there that trash up off the floor. Bong ding.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rock and Knicks Universe, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. Man, it's good to be with y'all. Man, it's good to see y'all, man. I had to show some love for some of the people that show love to me, right? Constantly. I had to show some love for the people that show love to me, man. So just wanted to play some joints right here just to get us in the mood for this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the original DSJ. What's good? And shout out to the Knicks podcasting universe Hall of Famer, Jay Boogie. Right? Shout out to Jay Boogie, man. That bong bing joint, when I heard it, yo, I went bananas when I first heard it, yo. I went bananas when I first heard it, yo. You know what I'm saying? I went bananas. So let's get this party started, man. Blue tears, orange tears, Florence tears. Bim, let's go. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Scream. All right. Yo, it's been a busy morning, man. It's been a busy morning. You know what I'm saying? People think this thing is easy, but let me. I'm gonna quote the great American poet Grand Poobah when Grand Poobah said, "Now a lot of people think this is easy as it look. Books and books of rhyme concepts and hooks, session to session to get thoughts manifested, stressing and stressing to hit the world with a blessing. Yeah, he nailed it finally. It only took 68 attempts. Let's go." Let's go. Get that energy up, Knicks fans. Let's go. It only took me 68 and a half attempts to get that quote right. Let's go. I'm excited. Right? I'm also excited about this. To quote the great American poet, Prodigy, when he pointed this out to Brooklyn fans and Hawks fans and Chicago Bulls fans. Chicago Bulls fans. Hold on. Let me. Chicago Bulls fans, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all hear me? Chicago Bulls fans. Atlanta Hawks fans. Brooklyn Nets fans. Here's your quote from the great American poet, Prodigy. There's a war going on outside no man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You walk around with your head down, scared to look. You shook because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Bim! Let's go! Atlanta Hawks fans, where y'all at? Brooklyn fans, where y'all at? Spent all that money and you here with us. Chicago Bulls fans, spent all that money and y'all here with us. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, man. Man, I'm excited about this offseason, man. I was on the. Let me do the tip off. Let me do the tip off real quick because I got something I want to say. To tip off starts with a T. There it is. They speak to our franchise as if we are dead and buried. I have this shirt on, and it has nothing to do with me putting a uniform on, right? I do this every day. I wear Knicks stuff everywhere I go, just about. Knicks and Mets. I wear Knicks and Mets stuff everywhere I go, right? Saw a guy the other day. He had on a Randall jersey. It's like, bro, you know what? You wearing a Randall jersey? He's like, yeah, man, I've been a Knicks fan since such and such and such. We gonna do it this year. He looked at me. I got on a Knicks shirt, the blue one. Y'all seen, you know, the blue Knicks shirt that I be rocking, you know, whatever. The long, you know. He like, man, you a Knicks fan? Yeah, man, we do this thing, blowing cheers, man. We get on the internet, man, and we chop it up, man, about the Knicks all day, just about. Right? All day, just about every day. Shout out to the chat too, y'all. Shout out to my people in the chat. I was trying to type through real quick. I was trying to do a video, trying to edit a video to do bong bang. Saw y'all in. I was trying to, you know, do all these different things. So if I ain't say your name, man, it's not because I forgot you. It's the brother only have two hands, man. But it's all love. Shout out to my people in the chat. Right? So I see this guy. He got a Randall jersey on, right? Whatever. We chop it up for a little bit. I get a text from my homeboy. He's a Lakers fan, right? My man says, yo, I was in Florence and just walking around in the mall, and I saw a dude with a Randall jersey. No lie, I'm trying to pull up the text. Saw a dude just walking around with a Randall jersey on. It's like, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Oh, okay. So he saw the dude at Walmart. I saw a dude at the mall. All right. Yeah, man. There it is, right? Y'all probably can't see that. Y'all can't. The glare is killing me right now. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna see because y'all ain't gonna be able to see. But anyway, my man Ted been a Lakers fan for 40 years. He said, yo, I saw a dude at Walmart with a Randall jersey on. I was like, Randall? Wow. And listen, whether you like Randall or not, all it does is reinforce the fact that Knicks fans are rock steady, roll ready. Okay? Knicks fans are rock steady, roll ready. Right? Knicks fans are probably like, yo, I wish the season could start tomorrow. So anyway, I was talking to Free Keith and the Ghetto Intellect yesterday. They did a great job on Knicks Freestyle. Wednesdays at 7:30 to 9. They did a great job, man, on Knicks Freestyle yesterday. And so one of the things that they were talking about, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about too, is how fixing a franchise is not easy. The one thing the fan base needs to do more so than anything is be patient. But as Knicks fans, we are not patient. We're anything but patient. Right? We are anything but patient. Right? And yo, so just to show up the story, I don't know if there were two dudes in Florence. I don't know if there were two dudes in Florence with Randall jerseys, or if it was like just one dude out for the day wearing his Randall jersey. Because I saw him, and then my homeboy texted me later that day and said he saw a dude with a Randall jersey. Oh, but his guy had on Patrick Ewing's, and I don't remember what kind of sneakers the dude I saw. I wasn't really. I saw another Knicks fan. I got excited, bro. Pardon that. Right? But what I want to get into is how fixing a franchise is not easy. Drafting exceptional talent is not the only answer. Signing a big-time free agent is not the only answer. Or trading for a big-time player is not the only answer. Having continuity on your coaching staff is not the only answer, but they are pieces to a grand puzzle. They're pieces to a grand puzzle, right? Pieces to a grand puzzle. So, with that said, I'm gonna lay out something. I want y'all to rock with me. Just hit me out on some stuff, right? And I'm not trying to flip any switches, hit any switches, or do Knicks for clicks or any of that. I'm gonna just bare my soul with y'all, right? And if it's too much, then I'm sorry. If it's too little, then bear with me, right? But I think the fix for the Knicks is not even about trading for Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, none of this stuff. I think it's flat out about the first thing we as a Knicks fan base need to shore up is the culture. So I'm going to ask you as a Knicks fan, what is the Knicks culture? What is this fan? What is this team about? Don't tell me toughness, because we certainly ain't that yet. Don't tell me about athletes, because we certainly ain't about that yet. Don't tell me it's about scoring, because we certainly ain't about that yet. It ain't about defense, because we ain't that yet. What is this team's identity, and what drives the culture? What is this team's identity, and what drives the culture? Okay. See, with the Miami Heat, you know what the Miami Heat's identity is? Toughness. I'm not saying the Miami Heat is the blueprint. They're not. They're flawed. But what is Golden State? What's Golden State's identity, and what is their culture? Golden State's identity is togetherness, right? Togetherness. They are going to play together regardless of what. Their culture is togetherness. Their identity is togetherness. No one man over the other. Look, listen. For the love of John and Mary, Steph Curry came off the bench during a playoff game because a young player was playing out of his mind. The GOAT, Curry GOAT, came off the bench because a young player was playing out of his mind. Now, Steph Curry was coming back from injury. That part had something to do with it too. But in this man's NBA, stars don't do that. They don't care nothing about togetherness. They care about themselves. Right? They care about themselves. What is the Knicks culture? What is the Knicks identity? Somebody please help me with this. Somebody help me get across this obstacle that I can't get over by myself. What is the Knicks identity? Right? What is the culture being set? Somebody help me with this. I believe, honestly, I don't believe that the Knicks have one yet. And I think that should be their priority going forward. Right. And the reason why I say we need to establish an identity and a culture is because you can't build upon a moving target. Or no, I take that back. You should not build upon a moving target. I don't believe you should build upon a moving target, right? I don't think you can build. You can't have sustained winning on a moving target. Right? I don't know if. Oh, here go my man. Hold on. Let me pause right here. Hold on, y'all bear with me.
You can't be serious. I mean, really though? You mean to tell me that them Voltrons went out like that? Hey, yo, Nims, let me hold this for a minute. Bong bing, close the train doors. The broom swept, can't believe they got old Ford. Kyrie, you a problem child. What Ho said, shit, let me move my bowels. Bong bing, this must be a dream. I thought I saw Spike with the other team. Bong bing, what we talk.
Jay Boogie, what's good, man?
Salute. 3 capital S's. What's going on, man? We at high noon right now.
High noon.
The top of it.
Bim.
Man, shout out to the great people, man, the chat and everybody. What's happening, man? I know what time it is today, man. You see what I got on. It's draft day, big boy stuff going on right now. You know what I'm saying?
I see that.
And I just want to, personally come up here and thank you, sir. Thank you for that number 7 pick that we got from the Chicago Bears. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
Yeah, the gut punch is serious. I've been getting them all day. It's like I work with 3 Giants fans, bro. They make sure I remember that we gave them the 7 pick last year.
Yes.
They appreciate it.
Yes. Y'all work hard. Y'all took some bumps and bruises, some L's. Y'all was trying to get us up there in the top 3, man. I appreciate it though, but 7 was good. 7 was good.
Our quarterback was. I find myself having to take deep breaths when I think about last season. Right? We hired these random assistant coaches from some place because they were in a high-powered, successful system, and then they come to your team and don't do nothing. I don't know if Matt LaFleur, Joe Judge, they all the same person. They all the same person. You know what I'm saying?
They're the same people.
Yeah, man. So
Joe went back to New England,
where he shouldn't have left. But it's one of them things, man. But listen, I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited about the front office this offseason because I had called them all kinds of names during the season, and my passion for wanting to win. I'm frustrated. Like, the front office is inept. How did they not do? But now the season's over. Get a chance to decompress. Get a chance to look at the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really wanting the front office to establish a culture. Tell us what we are and what direction we're going in, and I can ride with that. Right? Don't send me mixed messages. Right? Don't tell me, oh, we're going to trade for a superstar veteran And we're gonna build through the draft. No, that ain't. Yeah, no, that ain't how. You know. Here's my thing, David. Oh, go ahead, bro.
Keep going.
So here's my thing. You know how I speak to entities taking on too many tasks at one time.
Right.
My example is juggling chainsaws, right? You don't want to juggle too many. First of all, you don't want to juggle a chainsaw at all, right? But the front office and front offices around the league try to juggle too many at once, right? They don't have a culture. They lack talent. They don't have coaching staff continuity, right? They don't have a solid veteran presence. They don't have cap space. They don't have draft picks. And they go into the offseason thinking they're gonna solve all those problems at one time, right? Instead of picking one problem and solving it completely and taking it off the board, right? Like for instance, the Knicks need a point guard, right? If that is one of the deals, right? And you need to get veteran coaches on your coaching staff, and you need more talent, and you got to figure out what you're going to do with draft picks, right? And you have a chemistry issue because your star player feels like he has been railroaded, and you tried a new offense in the 2020 season. You did ISO Randall in the 2021 season. You tried to shoot the most threes ever, right? And it didn't work, and it frustrated Randall because he wasn't getting touches, right? And the threes wasn't falling, right? So you got all these issues. My thing is solve one of them, right? Solve one of these issues. Don't try to solve 3 or 4 at a time because you'll be stretched too thin and wind up not solving anything, right? It's like the case of the missing pie in Mayberry. You remember Aunt B baked the pie, and she was in the pie baking contest at the fair, and it was last year she won it and got the blue ribbon. This year she baked the pie and put it on the windowsill. She went back to get it; it was gone.
Okay.
And they put Barney on the case.
Sure.
How you gonna put Barney on the case when Barney the one stole the pie?
Exactly.
You put Barney on the case. Barney the one stole the pie. Burn his mouth up. Time to talk to. Yeah, it's crazy. So what I'm saying, Jay Boogie, is this: if you believe Obi Toppin is the power forward of the future, trade Julius Randle, man, please. Right? Don't go into this season with the same problem. Like, oh, they can play together. No, man, no. Nah, man. You know, because if it backfire, now the problem is even worse because you know Obi can ball and you're not giving him minutes for show. Last year, this season that just passed, you thought Obi could ball and you wasn't giving him minutes. But when you gave him minutes at the end of the season, you know for a fact Obi can ball. And it'd be a crime not to give Obi minutes knowing the dude has talent. Right? You coming back with Randall and Obi. Right? That's one thing. That's one thing. That's an easy fix. Trade Randall. Right? Quickly at point guard. You know, people say Quickly is not a point guard, but ironically, when the ball is moving, when everybody's touching it, this dude has high assist totals. This dude can score.
That's right.
Right? When he's on the floor with ball hogs, and I'm not knocking RJ, and I'm not knocking Julius, but guys that are scorers, that are bucket getters, when you put Quickly on the floor with bucket getters, he don't get to be a point guard. So you never saw the fact that he was a point guard because ISO Randall, ISO RJ, right? Everybody else standing around, right? That's another thing that we may have to fix, and you could probably solve that by trading Randall.
Right.
So my thing is instead of us saying, well, Quickly's not a point guard, let's just trade everybody for Donovan Mitchell. How about we try to fix ourselves internally before we try to fix ourselves externally. It's just one of those things. They're just food for thought. Just food for thought. It's like when the Giants drafted Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley and didn't show up their offensive line. How your quarterback gonna have time to throw when every time he snap it, 5 people up in his face? How you expect Saquon Barkley to show his generational talent as soon as he touched the ball, 5 Chicago Bears hitting him from every direction? You know what I'm saying? Let's not put the cart before the horse.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if Obi is a baller, right, then let him be the full-time starter. Right? And here's the other thing too that I want to mention, and I think this is a very under talked about point. Tom Thibodeau don't know offense. Right? Instead of having Tibbs coach offense and defense, bring in an offensive coach, man. The guy don't have to threaten Tom Thibodeau. You don't want to have Tibbs feeling threatened in his job. You want him to feel comfortable in his job. Just edgy enough to let him know if he don't perform, he out of here. But you don't want my man looking over his shoulder like Hornacek and Kurt Rambis. Remember, Kurt Rambis was stabbing Hornacek in the back during games. Don't listen to him. How you got the assistant coach saying, don't listen to the coach?
Exactly. Don't listen to him. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right. So my point is. Oh boy. Allah says the Bears never touched Saquon. Oh yeah? If they never touched him, how did he tear his ACL? The Bears are the ones that were tackling Saquon when he tore his ACL. That was the year before last. Just saying. Just saying. Jay Book, you got? Am I onto something, or am I a delusional Knicks fan?
No, you're not delusional. We all onto something, and we're not delusional because we know what we see and we know what we got. You know what I mean? And first thing first, the offense, you can't come back and try to trick us with, you know what I'm saying? Let's figure out how they can play together. You can't do that. Not this year. Because that's telling us a few things. Number one, you're not trading Julius. Or number two, you can't trade Julius because nobody want him. Or number three, you're not trading Obi. Or number four, nobody wants Obi. Those 4 things. Those are the only 4 things that can come about. But you can't use that without those reasons. You can't use it for excuse to try to figure out they need to play together. No, this is our second time around as far as, you know what I'm saying, Obi, you know, coming into the Knicks franchise and Julius is here. This remind me of the rookie year. You know what I'm saying? The rookie year, bad as he played, it's a little bit different. Matter of fact, he might have played better his first year in New York than what he did last year because his attitude wasn't like it was this year. So you should have traded him, being that you was drafting Obi. So now Here we are in the same situation where Julius had a bad season, and you know what I'm saying, and you got Obi. Now you need to trade him. You can't do the same thing twice all over again because it slows up the process of where we need to go. It slows up the process on what you're talking about as far as the culture and all that there. That right there bend our culture backwards coming from what we did last year for what happened this year. People looking at us differently again. You know what I'm saying? There they go with the same nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But quickly, he can't become what he is. You know, if you got a certain offense that doesn't consist around your point guard being your deliverer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, we all seen what happened when he's out there on the floor and he got the ball in his hands. You know what I'm saying? What, triple-double, 8 assists, triple-double.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ending out to see that right there alone told you that I'm capable of being in this position. If y'all give me that Spalding, I need the Spalding first to be what y'all saying we don't have. I know a lot of people they high up on Brunson, but this is how I answer that Brunson situation. Everybody feeling about that? If Quickly played in that system over there next to Luka, he would easily average 18, 19 points. Easy.
Right.
Because he shoot better than Brunson. He shoot better than him.
Right.
Is he strong as him? Probably not. But it's some
not.
things that he could do that Brunson can't do, like pick you up full court, get you into the offense quicker and faster. You know what I'm saying? It's some things that youth can do. And he's 3 years younger than him. But nah, man, you're not. Nah. You talking good. You talking right. You talking what you feel. And that goes for any Knicks fan that's been, you know what I'm saying, loving this organization like we all love it. You're supposed to speak out what you feel. You deserve that. You know what I'm saying? You deserve to be mad at the season. You know, all that hard work and everything, you know, we all put into it, going to the games, you know, paying league passes, following the team and all that. You deserve to feel how you feel coming off that season, how we came off, knowing that the season before we was a 4th seed, whether it was by default or whatever, we was a 4th seed and we was looking to continue on making it and getting to the playoff. Not the play-in, the playoffs. That's what I was looking for.
Right.
But we found ourselves in the play out. And shout out to D Rose. Shout out to D Rose for being at that Phoenix game, going to see, you know what I'm saying, watch the games and realizing what he's missing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that'll get him hunger for more. Lloyd Banks album, Hunger for More. Ooh, that came off the top of the dome right there. But maybe they get hunger, you know what I'm saying, about next season and everything. I don't know, man. I'm waiting for. I need summer league. I need that lottery. I need that draft, and I need that summer league. I need those in that order so I can know what we're doing.
Right. Well, the lottery is in 3 weeks.
Right.
Right. So that's right around the corner. Right? Yeah. The 17th. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
D'Angelo, what's good? Chuck Allen, what's good, man?
What's up, guys? What's up?
What's up, D? What's up, Chuck?
What's going on, Jay Boogie?
Hey, Freezy stopped me from calling you today too, man. Yeah, I was calling you. You called me. We had lunch.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So, yeah, I got a phone call on the way to you though.
All right, no doubt. I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely today.
Okay.
D'Angelo, you parked? Are you parked, sir?
Yeah, I'm parked.
Okay. I'm in the whip too. I had to drive off a few minutes because my signal was getting bad, so I had to drive to another destination. Just want to make sure we're safe riding. That's all.
I gotta be careful. Yeah, I know. Keep my eyes on the road. There you go.
Yeah, man. So how you been, brother?
Busy as hell. Just busy as hell.
If it's work related, I'm certain that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing and a bad thing, but we won't go into that.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's the ebbs and flows, right? The ebbs and flows.
Yeah. All right, let's hope the Knicks off season they get busy on what they got to do to right the ship.
So I was telling everybody before y'all jumped on, man. Listen, the whole thing with the problem the Knicks front office is facing is there are a lot of problems to fix and limited resources and time to fix them. Is basically what I'm getting at.
Right.
So instead of trying to fix them all in one offseason, I think they should fix 2 and then worry about the others next offseason. Because what happens is when you try to fix too many things at once, you wind up patchworking stuff.
Right. You're right.
And so we know patchwork stuff is short-term fixes, but you never know when it's going to break down again.
That's right.
Right. You just put a Band-Aid on it. It's still bleeding. You just throw a Band-Aid on it. You don't want to do that. But like if Randall is the problem, right? If Randall is the problem, right? If Randall is the problem with the offense, the new offense not working, and he's a problem with Obi not getting minutes, right? And so he's a problem because of chemistry, then just move on from Randall. And I'm not saying Randall's a bad guy. I like Randall, but if the situation's not perfect or ideal for him, move on. It's not like you don't have a replacement.
Exactly.
That's right.
But I think it comes down to financials. Randall has a $11 million trade kicker that goes on our books if he gets traded that first year of his contract, or the new contract that will be starting at the beginning of next season.
Right. Right.
So I think that's the only reason why they probably won't be moving on from him as quickly, unless they're willing to, eat that 11 million.
Yeah.
But that 11 mil, you can make that up.
Yeah.
You can make that up. You know what I'm saying? You might not make it up in the same year, but you can easily make that up. If you can afford to pay Joakim Noah all these years and he's not on the roster, you can afford to trade and Randall to move forward with our squad and not miss out on that 11 mil. You can afford that.
Right.
If he's that problem, like we're saying he's that problem, what you rather have, a problem situation and somebody getting paid, or not miss that money and the team is getting better? That's just something we got the office has to ask themselves, what is the best thing for everybody? Because we come first in that gym. We first. James ain't dumb. He listening.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, I'll wait. I'll be patient another year if they're doing the right things and they're going in the right direction. That's all. I mean, if we're gonna have some more losing, a little more heartache here because we're trying to build the young guys and add more young guys, or make the right moves and get the wrong people on this team that are playing for this team, do it. Make some things happen. Because I actually think we're in a better scenario than the stupid Nets in Brooklyn, because we have a better young foundation there. I think we got more building blocks. Let them deal with the twig over there, Durant, and that other mental patient. I don't want to deal with that. Please. You said it in the song, and it was beautiful. I loved it. It was fire. I loved it. I blasted that thing off the block. Anyway, but I'm telling you, I'll be patient. I like a lot of things about our team, but they got to do a lot of things too this offseason. It's going to show us a lot. Heads will roll if they don't do it right this offseason. I really do believe that. So I think there's time to shine, and they're going to have to step up and show that they're not a novice front office, whatever they're going to do. Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you. Freezer can't hear you. Your mic's cutting out. Oh, he's out.
One thing that I think we should consider, bringing in Kenny Atkinson as that offensive
good idea
coach, and serves a double purpose, because that Kenny knows how to develop, right? And so we have so much untapped potential on the bench, or just on the roster in general with all these young guys. Like, we still need to find out a lot about a lot of guys, because there's more money to be put on the books in a year or two, right? So we need to know exactly what we have and be building on that, or trying to move on from it, or whatever the case may be. But it has to be a thorough evaluation. We can't just have guys for 4 years and let them walk, or go somewhere else and blossom into stars. And it's like, but we had them in the building. You know what I mean? So I think Kenny Atkinson brings that balance for the offense, and also serves a purpose of being a developer, because it's usually the coaching assistants who are dealing with the team on a more one-on-one basis than the head coach. So having a guy like that on the bench can only do great things for a young team.
You 100% right with that deal. That's a great, chapter you just dropped. I ain't even gonna call it I'm gonna call it. That was a great chapter for the book right there. Go and get somebody over here that knows offense and can. Number two, also develop. Number three is good with young kids. Number four, knows the city. You know what I'm saying? Been here before. Number five, has something he want to prove and know he got hatred for them people across the bridge. Go ahead and go get the guy. We got a few open slots. You know, I know we got 2 vacant spots, and then we don't. And we also don't know what's going to happen with JB. We don't know what's going to happen with him. We will hope and pray that he's coming back, but you know the way he is, you know, there's little whispers about him might have other opportunities somewhere else too. So you know what I'm saying? We need to get ourselves together and figure out what we got going on. You know, I'm thinking we need to start working backwards. Instead of, you know how you say when sometimes you take step forward, you're really taking 2-3 steps backwards. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if we do it in the reverse and start lining up the things we don't need to do in those orders, like number one, you know you can't go into the season without a point guard. Handle that situation and work backwards as far as, you know, figuring out what it is that we don't need to do so they don't become failures when we start doing the other things and forget about the things that hinders us even more than anything. You know what I'm saying? You know you got to have a point guard. And that point guard, when I say you know you need to have a point guard, that's either draft one or we trading for one, or you decide to give IQ that Spalding. Which one of them three we do, you got to have a point guard walking into this season. That is me.
That's right.
Yeah, I see you walked in the building. Freeze, you still muted.
Yeah, your mic is shot. I thought we bought you a new mic.
Hey,
Come on now.
salute to the panel, man.
What's
Jay
up,
Boogie,
brother?
what's up, brother? Good
What's
to
good,
see
my
you.
brother? How you doing? Good to see you.
All right, it's good to see the other brothers on the panel.
What's going on, man?
And I totally agree with you, Boogie. You know, we got to be selective in how we're going to handle this. Now, my only question as regards to Atkinson, and I agree because of who he is Thibodeau going to listen to him? Because, you know, Thibodeau got this problem that he don't really listen to his assistant coaches, especially when it comes to game planning and so forth. He's very strategic.
He's going to have to, or he's going to be out.
You know, it's very, you know, he's stubborn. You know, he's old school. So if, I mean, I hope we do get like him or somebody good, you know, on the coaching staff supporting. But Tibbs got to listen to him. So I feel that if Leon kind of strong arm a little bit, say, okay, we putting these people in place to help develop this team. But you got to listen to them. You got to see what they have to say, what input is. Because I always say, you know, I believe in iron sharpens iron. You might have heard that for that term before, you know, biblical reference and so on and so forth. But the point is to make this team better. I mean, what's the use of having Atkinson on the bench if he ain't gonna listen to him? So I would agree. I totally agree. Atkinson would be a great benefit to the team, but Thibodeau's got to use him. He got to listen to him. He can't be some stubborn. It's like, okay, he did. Like, all right, yeah, I know what you're saying, but we just gonna do this anyway or whatever. No. So he's got to listen to him. Now, on when it comes to, you know, the construction of the team and then the different problems we have, I agree with y'all on the panel as well that we're not going to be able to solve all these problems in one season. But one thing that we do going to have to find out is see what we got. And the only way you're going to know to have what you got is Boogie in agreeing with you that you know, you got to take a couple of steps back. And for me, this is just my opinion and how I feel. Trade Randall, trade Burks, trade Noel, Kemba Walker, obviously. That we only have to mention that. But trade them, get some young backups in return, get some draft capital or whatever, and roll the dice. Let them boys cook. it's a learning curve that's going to have to take place with us. And I know as Knicks fans, it's hard for us to be patient because we've been suffering for a long time. All of us have. I mean, look, we got gray hairs. We older, 40, 50. Some of us maybe 60.
Cash, how long
I've been
a
in
Knicks
Knicks?
fan? Yeah.
I mean, how long? Since before the Ewing era, early 80s.
So
I've
you
been
talking
in
about Darryl Walker, Bernard King, Rory Sparrow, Trent Tucker.
Yeah.
Bro, it's hard to tell somebody that's been a Knicks fan as long as you.
I know.
You
be patient. I know.
You're a baby. You
know.
coming in like right after me. So I've been a Knicks fan since about 75, 76, 77. Because I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And when people tell me, yo, just be patient for the youth movement, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I tell people, and not to cut you off, because you have an excellent point, right? And so I just want to add some mashed potatoes to your 5-course meal, right? Just, you know what I'm saying?
Give me some steak. Add some potatoes into the steak, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. And so when you talking about be patient, you're telling people my age that see, because I don't have a Knicks championship, right? I know the Knicks won a championship 50 years ago. I know that. But
I was a kid when they won the title. Yeah, I was a kid. Yeah, I didn't know.
That wasn't my championship. That was my uncles and them.
No, it wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so, that was my father's generation.
Yeah. And so when they talk about Windmill Phil and all these guys, I dig it. But nah, that ain't mine. And when I fell in love with Clyde Frazier was already old.
Yeah, it was past his prime. Man.
Yeah, when I fell in love with Clyde Frazier, I was in love with Clyde Frazier for one season. I had one season of Clyde Frazier being my man, putting his posters up on the wall. And then they traded him to Cleveland.
To Cleveland.
For Jim Clemens. For Jim Clemens.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, ball people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that same year, Freezy ain't gonna tell y'all the whole thing. That same year, Freezy had 8 pair of his shoes. You remember those with wings on your feet?
The Clyde.
He had 8 pair of them.
Yeah, man. And so what I'm getting at, because to your point, because you make an excellent point, man, and I'm glad you brought it up, right? To your point, when you tell somebody that has been through this thing over and over and over again, like, just be patient, man. This young core, think about this when you heard this. Man, this young core of Michael Ray Richardson, Mike Woodson, and Bill Cartwright are gonna be something. You remember Michael Ray Richardson? You remember Mike Woodson? When we got Mike Woodson out of Indiana? Yeah, we had Bill Cartwright. He was like, oh man, this young core. And then it didn't work out, right? And then they were like, yo, but this young core of Pat Ewing, Mark Jackson, Gerald Wilkins, Johnny Newman, Kenny Walker, that's gonna be something. Right? And then
how that pan out.
Yeah. And then the all these young, but nah, man, Nate Robinson, David Lee, Wilson Chandler, Marty Collins, Ronaldo Bachman, these cats are gonna be something until they wasn't. Right? And then now people are saying, but this young core of Obi, Quickly, RJ, such and such. And I'm not saying that these kids won't, right? But I'm saying, as fans that are of a certain age, when you go through this thing over and over, it's like that movie Groundhog Day.
Oh yeah,
right. They tell you exactly what's gonna happen, right? And then it doesn't happen, and then the day resets itself because you can't get it right. The gist of Groundhog Day is not the same day happening over and over and over again. The gist of the movie is that during that day, you keep messing something up. So destiny is resetting the day so that you can finally get it right. And the more you mess up, the more times you do that day over and over and over again until you get it right. Right? And so it's one. I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
No, go ahead. No, I was gonna say, when that illustration you gave me, it made me think about my grandmother. We all had our grandmothers. Some of us may have been very close to our grandmothers. Right. And when my grandmother used to cook, and she would make certain meals, them collard green, potato salad, all that, we know all that. That took time. She made it with love. She put them certain ingredients in it. And that stuff, it takes time to prepare. You don't prepare that in 5 minutes. Right. It ain't something now, you go to the store and buy, you pop it in the microwave, 2 minutes, you come out, boom, there it is. Yeah. But even so, it doesn't taste the same, because when grandma cook with love and she take her time with it. When she in that kitchen putting all them ingredients together, it takes time. Now, taking that illustration you just gave, yeah. But see, this is the problem. They didn't let it cook. Every time, every scenario that Freezy that you mentioned, somebody came in and did something and made a bonehead move and broke all that up. I'm going to take the last one for an example. As much as we love Carmelo Anthony and what he did for us as an organization, and I don't doubt that broke something up, because they basically traded that all away.
Okay.
So I know it's hard. I understand. I'll be 56 this year. It's hard. It's hard as hell. That's the only word I'm gonna say. Hopefully, that side. But
yes, I'm the little. I'm not the oldest one on the. Yes. Yeah,
man. Hey, we gonna celebrate.
He's the youngest one on the panel.
Yeah,
the big Lawrence Taylor number, the 5'6" is in the building.
Yeah, man. So it's not easy, and I understand. It's just like, I got children. And, all of us may, on the panel may or may not have children. I don't know everybody's personal situation. Right. Again, with the children, we gotta be patient, man. That's like, I remember teaching my kid how to ride a bike. First time they got on it, was it successful? No, they failed a couple of times. I help them out, and eventually they get it. But
when your patience runs thin, though, then that's a whole other thing.
That's true. That's true. But this is where it starts. This is where it starts.
Right.
It starts at the top. It starts with the front office. It starts with Rose. It starts with the Don. Their temperament, their perspective, and their projection that they have for this organization. And for them, if they want to stay in charge, then they're gonna have to make the right moves. This season is going to be the most pivotal off season.
I agree.
For the New York Knicks, and it's also going to determine the current front office of whether they're going to be here for a number of years, or they're going to be out in 2.
Yeah.
But we're going to see how the chips fall.
They've been at the helm for about 3 years, going on 4 now. So
yeah, also too, I don't know how many of us are entrepreneurs or businessmen. We've heard of that 5-year plan.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes time to get out of the red and get into the black, because you got a lot of stuff you got to clean up and maneuver around and this, that, and the other. So when it comes to I say that patience, that's it takes time. You make projections when you do your finances, your long-term goals. If you're selling stuff, you project your sales or whatever, and then you get your breakthrough, and then your business blow up or whatever. Whatever it is you do. So yeah, we're in year. I what I say when I look at this whole situation, when I look at it as a whole, we're in year 3 of a rebuild, because that's what it really is. And I'm hoping that we are at the very bottom, and there's only one way to go when you're already at the bottom.
Right.
That's up. I think last year was an anomaly. I think, we as Knicks fans, we got happy because of, what took place. We know that, COVID and some things played a part in that. And yeah, we took a step back. And again, I refer back to you, Boogie, what you said. Sometimes you got to take a step back in order to go forward. And I think we're gonna do that this year coming, because this management or this front office has been here long enough to see what is taking place. Not only that, this management that's taking the lead is from this area. Well, the head guy, at least anyway, from New Jersey, New York, Philly, whatever, the area. So he knows how this works. So he gonna have to earn his keep this summer. This off season, he gonna have to make the moves like he made in the draft. He gonna have to do in free agency, because we talked about Brunson, we talked about Mitch Robb. He gonna have to be moving some pieces. He's gonna have to move. He got a lot of major decisions to make. And again, is it all going to be solved like we said in one off season? No, it's not. But I think it starts with moving those people out, letting the young core cook. Now, say for an example, they make the move to get Brunson.
Please no.
If we get Brunson, I'm willing to give up D Rose and let Brunson, Quickly, and McBride cook. That's if what they decide to do. But if not, if we don't get Brunson, then let it be Quickly, Rose, and McBride. That's it. Now the only wild card that may be possible is Colin Sexton, because you might be able to pull something off with that. I don't know. But keep it simple. Don't make it, don't make this complicated. Just, to me, this is just my opinion. I always refer to the chessboard. The reset of the chessboard starts at the point of attack. And I think that and signing Mitch Robb, if we could just do those two things and trade them other folks away that I mentioned, I think that's a start. And then whatever problems come up, we deal with it as we go on. If we need to make another move at the trade deadline, that's fine. But that's just my take.
One thing that I want to say is that the front office did make moves. They were just moves in the opposite direction. If they would have ran it back completely, we still probably would have made a decent showing. But who's to say? That team that won the 4th seed played excellent defense, right? So defense turns into offense. Defense at the end of games is what wins games. So what they did was take 2 defenders. You can say what you want to say about Elfrid Payton. He can't hit the broadside of a barn. That may be true. But at the end of the day, Payton could get into the paint whenever he wanted to. Payton played defense. He could pick up the point guard 40 feet. He could steer the offense and get guys involved in the offense, not just a one man show. What happened was teams got hip to the fact that he couldn't shoot, and what they did was make him the shooter, and of course that made it look worse to us. And we saw what happened in Atlanta. He's on, the stationary bike while everybody else is in the huddle. You know what I mean?
Taj Gibson cussing him out. We saw it. We was there.
Right.
Me and Jay Boogie, that's the game we was at, right?
Yep. Fussing them out.
Yep.
So we replaced a guy who brought solid defense and ability to break down the defense and get into the paint with a guy that couldn't get past his own shadow. Like Kemba Walker wasn't the answer, and he can't defend. So you took the strength of the team and you made it weaker, because now you don't have guys that can stop the ball at point of attack on the wing. You take away Reggie Bullock because yes, he did travel on a fast break. But he was a defender who talked on the floor.
Right.
Who told Julius Randle, this is where you need to be.
Right.
This is
and
where
Mitch.
guys need
and
to be.
Mitch, you know. Yep.
And right. And you
Let me
replace that
say-
with a guy that couldn't guard a 90-year-old paraplegic. Like
Right.
Evan Fournier is a terrible defender. And his shot was not falling consistently, which we thought would make up for the fact that he couldn't play defense, right? Oh, well, he's going to be an offensive threat. He wasn't. He was as effective as Kevin Knox, right?
Ooh.
This is what set our team back
Ooh.
because
I think Fournier did better than that. Fournier did better. Fournier he was an offensive threat, Chuck. He was an offensive Chuck. Chuck. He was Fournier. He can't play defense.
Every 7 games?
No, he had some stretches. He did. I got to be fair about that with him. I mean, that's just my opinion with that. He did what he could do. He can't play defense, and he shot from 3. Broke Stark's record. Whoopie do, but still, he was a little better than Knox. A lot better, I say. But Knox didn't get playing time, so.
Yeah, and Fournier played better, and I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but Fournier played better when the ball was moving in the offense.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
When the ball was hopping around, you saw Fournier play better, you saw Quickly play better, and you definitely saw Obi play better. But when you have RJ and Julius Randle, and I keep calling them ball hogs, but I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. Right. I'm just saying it to draw emphasis to the point. Right. When you have ball hogs on the floor, guys like Obi and IQ and Fournier can't get into their offensive bag because they are ball sharers. Right. Yep. Once so the thing is, once Tibbs, when you watch the game, when y'all go back and watch the games this off season, right? Watch what happens. Thank you, babes. Okay. Watch what happens when IQ brings the ball down. Watch Tibbs in his ear screaming, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. Right? When y'all go back and watch these games, and not just a game or a series of games or a stretch of season, but just watch throughout the whole season. Quickly's coming down. Tibbs is screaming, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. And you're like, yo, coach, how about you coach over there and let the players play? Right? Because y'all remember, it was sometimes where I felt like Randall was sucking his teeth because Tibbs was calling ISO for Randall. Randall was like, oh, God dog it. Doing what this dude is telling him to do. ISO, ISO, ISO. Right? Instead of letting the players play. That's on Tibbs. That's not on the individual players. Now, how many players have you ever heard complain about too many shots? None. Players don't complain about getting too many shots. They're just gonna, they're gonna keep shooting. But I think if Tibbs would sit his rump down and let these cats ball, I think you would see a better team.
Yes.
But Tibbs don't know that. You gotta get a veteran coach who ain't scared of Tibbs to get in there and be like, yo, coach, calm down, man. Yeah. Let these kids play. You coach them up all off season. You coach them up during practice all week, and then the game get here, and you want to coach them up like that too? Mm-hmm. When are they going to be allowed to play?
We got to see it at the end of the season. You don't want to wait till it's too late and then play them when it doesn't mean anything. Like at the end of the season, when he did, he started playing everybody, and we seen good chemistry, and they were having fun. And a lot of things with certain personalities on this team were affecting that. You don't affect it. Be a team player. Hey, Randall, you're not having a good game. You better support your team. Do it in a different way. Don't act like that. Don't do what you did this season.
Yeah.
Because it affected the team.
Yeah.
You got to be a team leader in that way. It's not just about scoring 20 plus points every game. It's not. It's about the team. It's about getting better. That's my opinion.
Yo, let me ask y'all this just real quick, and I'll get out of y'all way. Right?
No.
When have y'all seen Tom Thibodeau sit down during the game?
Never.
The first of February.
Right.
What's up, so?
No, he's sitting down right now. Right now, he's sitting down. That's the only time I see him sit down.
Yeah, he's reviewing film.
Summer League is his best time to sit down. Summer League. He sits down the whole Summer League.
Am I the only one that noticed that Tibbs overcoaches?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He does. He needs to realize that he needs to delegate. I know basketball is his life. You know, he ain't married. He ain't got a woman. Maybe he need to get a woman. Maybe that'll help balance him out. You know, but that's his personal life. But yeah, you know, he gotta learn to defer, and the other thing he gotta learn too. I know he old school, stubborn, whatever. He ain't got all the answers because see, just as we sit here as a panel and we are looking at it from different perspective, we all have our opinion, but we all have the same goal in mind. We want to be right there when this team win the championship. I'm already said it in my lifetime. Even if I got to call out of work, take a vacation day or whatever, y'all gonna see me in New York. I will be there.
Yeah,
I will be there, and that's the goal. That's one thing. That's why all 6 of us here can sit here and talk. Yeah, we have a different opinion of how we want to get there.
But we love our team.
But the point of the matter is, we gonna get there.
Right.
Yep.
And again, that refer back to what I said about the iron sharpen iron. Hey, I respect everybody that's sitting here now on this screen. I respect all y'all's opinion. I sit and I'll listen to it.
Thank you, man.
You know, because that's the point, man. To make this all, to make this better for the team.
Can you imagine that? Though? Can you imagine that though? Can you imagine the Knicks winning a chip, and the odds come out the next day that the Knicks are favored to repeat, and we chase it behind the float, listening to Jay Boogie championship anthem Blair while RJ Barrett is at the podium drinking champagne, holding the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Amen.
Jay Boogie, you should be on the truck, Jay Boogie. Boogie, you should be on the truck with the team, man. It's like somebody need to talk. Or you guys, Uncle Freezy, they should have you guys up on the truck, man, with the team drinking champagne going down Broadway.
Bro, the Larry O'Brien trophy in RJ Barrett hand, me smoking a cigar, giving out champagne to D'Angelo and all the homies that been on the channel through it the whole time. Jay Boogie anthem playing in the background, and the odds come out. Vegas has us favored to do it all again. What?
Oh, heavenly.
I got a question. I got a question for that right there. I got a question for any of y'all 5 men. With that scenario that Freezy just dropped, who's on that roster?
Yeah.
Who's on that roster?
Okay. Well, he mentioned RJ. I say, yeah, RJ. He's a piece.
Out of the young players, I think RJ, Grimes,
Obi. Quick.
I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be unpopular for some. Along with that, currently speaking, there's a lot. We still got the Obi camp, the Randall camp, and really should be just the Knicks camp. The thing about it is, I'd really feel that Obi and Randall can coexist on this team, but it comes down to Tibbs having to work things out. It goes because
you said it earlier about just now recently about some of the overcoaching,
and you hear him calling the ISO, and how the team is currently constructed.
You can have both players on the court. You got to reduce Randall's minutes to reduce some of the stuff that's going on. Randall's a good, talented player, regardless of how you feel, but the cat can play. Obi is an athletic freak, needs to be developed, needs that time. You need to give him more time on the court. I feel they can both grow together. I mean, they can both exist on this team. If you have a championship team, I think the two can both be on a championship team if we're building this team. A lot of it's going to have to come to we need that point guard for one. You do. I mean, because you're saying IQ, but you may need that more. Maybe not IQ right off, or you'll give them the time. Well, it depends on which way you want to go. Are you going to try to switch it from rebuild to build to win now, or are you going to go rebuild and flat out rebuild? If we're going to flat out rebuild, it won't be any other point guard right off until you draft one.
Now I'm gonna tell you, if this is my 4, I think it's 4 of my. It might be 5, but as long as I can keep IQ, if I can keep RJ, if I can keep Obi, I don't really know what Cam's gonna do yet. Cam is still up, but if I can keep those 3 to 4 guys, and in this first step right here, I can go add Donovan to this team. Donovan, before you come to the New York, after we make that deal, and we're not playing basketball, I need you to go straight to the Joker's house and tell him, in 23, I need you to come with me. That's my dream scenario. It's Spider-Man and Joker. That's my, in that order, 1, 2. That's my scenario to go along with our young crop. It can happen, but that's where I'm at. That's the type of situation I want the office to do. But I know they're on the hunt right now for Donovan. I do know that. That's facts.
Yeah.
I heard it in Charlotte. It was told to me by any means they want Donovan. And then I reheard it again at the game in New York against Charlotte again. And this is what I'm saying, that was inside the inside, that had access to get the, hear things. You know what I'm saying? So we can get Donovan to go along with that young core right there. I'm happy. But stop trying to hold on to these draft picks. I don't want to hold on to these draft picks like we did when I know I was one of the ones beating on the chest. Go get Bradley Beal right now. Why he don't want to be with them before they went on their run, and everybody started talking about them draft picks. And all we did was trade them all back. We traded back, and didn't pick up really no extra access for them picks. You know what I'm saying? That's all we did. When you got to make your move, man, make your move, man. Stop playing games. You know what I'm saying? This is chess. I know the cereal, not checkers. This is chess. I need your queen. Come here, check, and then make the mate. You got to make the moves when they need to be made. Don't be lollygagging, watching, because you keep watching, things gonna continue on going by. Look at how many teams going by us right now. Before Phoenix was Phoenix, they was the Memphis Grizzlies. Before Memphis Grizzlies was Memphis Grizzlies, they started like the Cavaliers. Then don't forget the 3 seeds don't pass us this year. Charlotte, Cleveland, and Charlotte,
Chicago.
Cleveland, and Chicago. They passed us this year. We got to make up determination and get there right now. Like my man said earlier, this is the most important draft reasoning right here going on right here, right now. This on season right here that y'all be saying is the off season is so important because them officers need to be working. It's easy to play basketball, but making them right decisions and pushing them right buttons that need to happen, you know what I'm saying? That's what needs to be going on right now. Their phones need to be ringing. They need to be calling. They need to be trying to do some figuring because before you know it, it's going to be that time. You're going to, number 17 is going to come. We're going to have a lottery pick. We hope we can get drafted up early. And then after that, it's going to be the draft. You can't wait till the last moment and start doing these things and hoping you're handling your business. You got to plan this thing ahead of time and let it work and let it and ride with it and keep yourself open for other options. Don't just put on plan A and plan A. If plan A don't work, you ain't got plan B. No, you ain't got plan C. You got to make sure you got everything surrounded. If this don't work, I counterpunch. If that don't work, that counterpunch. And if I counterpunch you for the 3rd time, that means I'm going to knock you out. I need him to knock this thing out the park, man, right now, man. Stop playing with us, man. Get it right, man. Leon, please. I pray for the situation every day. Please get the team right. Get us on the same page. Get everybody on the same accord. Get the office with the bench staff. Get the office staff accumulated with the team. We don't have a spokesperson. Only time somebody's speaking on our team is at the end of the game and you play good. When Rebecca holler at you. No, talk to us all the time. You don't even have to have a good game to let us know what's going on, man. Talk to me right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what's happening in Austin. Talk to us. I like what RJ said the other day. Y'all want to be a leader. You want to be a leader? This is the type things the leadership does. He stays tuned in with the coach. He stays tuned in with the office. I know who coming. I know who ain't coming. I know who don't need to be here. I can make those choices and decisions. See, Julius won't no leader because if he was the leader of the team and RJ and Bullock was my man, Bullock wouldn't have never left. If you're the man of your team, who ever seen your man leave? That doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen when you're the man of the team. Now, if it's RJ's team, let him know, share with him. And RJ, you share with us. That's what I want to hear, man. That's what I want to see going on, man. I just want to let off a little fire real quick, man. Shout out to Man and my brother Soul Finger, you know what I'm saying? And my other brother that just walked in. Shout out to y'all great men, man. I hope I ain't wake the baby up. I see the baby head.
Hey, salute, man. Salute to everybody, man. In the words of J Boogie, 3 capital S's, you heard me? Blowing
Yes, sir.
family. Freezy boy, I see you, boy. Hey, Boogie, I'm gonna holler at you, boy. Hey, I was in the middle of writing my talk I got this Sunday, man. So,
man, say less, man. I know you're preaching. You got that word. Do your thing, man.
I've been on that thing heavy, so that's where my head been at. So that's why y'all ain't been seeing me on no pods and none of that, man. But man, everything you said, man, I echo 10 times. This is, you know, when basketball, the regular season over, man. You know, I like to call it the business season because there ain't no time for playing, man. As Freezy said, there's a war going on inside. You know what I mean? It's a war on the court and it's a war in them front offices.
Right.
Who gonna make the right moves? Who gonna make the bad moves? Go get what you need. Don't lollygag. Like Boogie said, man. We missed the playoffs this year, and the amount of games that we lost it because we didn't have the right players on this team. Period. We didn't have the right players on this team. I don't want to go into next season wondering whether or not this person can stay healthy. We don't need no more of those type players on this team, man. We done got burnt too much with that over the years. Stop signing players that stay hurt. Stop that. And so far as RJ can do one thing for me. Get your behind in that gym, and all I want you to do is work on them free throws and work on that mid-range all season long. And tighten your handles up even more. Your handles gotten better. But those 3 areas for me, because everything else with RJ, I love the fact that he attacks. He's always in attack mode. But you got to switch that stuff up when they're clogging that paint up and they ain't allowing you to attack. When they start game planning for you, if you become the number 1 guy next year, if we move off of Julius, you best believe they're gonna build a wall for you. You know what I mean? They're gonna force you to have to shoot. You got to get a mid-range shot. And Obi, I'm telling y'all right now, Obi done showed me enough where I'm like, okay, with Obi, I like what he does. He has the ability to do some of everything. We just ain't seen it yet. We've seen flashes. We've seen the pull-up mid-range jump shot. We've seen the three-point shot. We know he can finish at the rim. He has the ability to get up and down the court. We know all that. Offensively, that guy got the ability to be something special. The defense, we know he still need to work on, but he's gotten better since he's gotten here in that regard. Julius Randle, Soulfinger, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you on that. Julius Randle and Obi can't coexist. And they can't coexist because of the coach we got. He already told you he don't like them 2 on the floor together. So if they can't play on the floor together, I don't want to see Obi mired on the bench because he brings something to this offense that we don't have. This team need to get more athletic. And the thing I like about, if we look in the playoffs, man, look at them teams in the playoffs. Young, hungry, and athletic. These old teams are in trouble. Oh, and I remember I made a comment about ISO basketball, you ain't winning championships. I made that comment, not here, but I made that on another platform, and they know who I'm talking about. Those who heard it. It was proven. That's why Boston sent Katie and them home. ISO basketball. Got them out of town. We done seen the ISO with us, didn't get us to the playoffs this year, and even last year, got us knocked out of the playoff with that ISO mess. So let's get away from that ISO basketball. And if Tibbs can't conform to the new age of basketball with his ball movement, sharing, hey, get him up out of town on the first thing smoking too. And as far as who's untouchable right now on this team, my only untouchable, and then it really ain't nobody untouchable for the right deal. Nobody. And I say it again, nobody. I love RJ. I love Obi. I love Quickly. I love them all, them young fellas. But ain't nobody untouchable for the right deal.
I'll just say this. Let me just throw in real quick. When I was saying that, and I'm looking at it as if Tibbs is not the coach. So I should have clarified on that one. Because the way he's going, the ISO, you hit the nail on the head with a doggone jackhammer. ISO is not going to win it. We need somebody that can bring more innovative play to the game. So, and it's being proven with the younger coaches. Look at Willie Willie Green. Look at Udoka. You know what they did. Quinn Snyder. Yeah, I mean Quinn Snyder been doing this thing. He's savage and holding it on. You know, you got younger coaches that are doing more with less. Because look at New Orleans. Let's look at that series. They shouldn't even be in where they are, even though Phoenix got the injury. They should be able to beat Pelicans, considering the way they're loaded. But the coaches put them in these positions, and you know what he has. So I'm looking at it as that Tibbs. I'm not going to take them from as a coach, but as a coach for this team, I don't see him going forward.
I wanted to chime in, and maybe I'm just like the outlier here. We outliers. So, number one, the idea of saying that New Orleans is not an ISO team. Brandon Ingram ISOs more than anyone else in the playoffs right now. It's just that they matchup hunt. They put you in the blender, create a matchup, and exploit it. And he takes the most mid-range shots, the most inefficient shot in basketball. It's not like Willie Green reinvented something there. It's not like he's doing something special with young people. He's using a matchup to create plays. Like from there, the difference between us and New Orleans is our best player isn't willing to pass the ball enough versus Brandon Ingram, who's actually passing the ball effectively. He's scoring in his matchups and driving to the basket at a higher clip than Julius Randle did. Julius Randle did not specifically drive to the basket, even though he would have short little midget Jose Alvarado on him. Like he bailed out. He bailed out so many defenses this past season. It's not so much that it's ISO versus. Sometimes an ISO play is the best play. You can't deny that part.
But you can't do that. You can't have your whole offense built on just going ISO, and that's the point that we're trying to make.
I want to touch on that too. I want to touch on that too, Ron. If you read the Fred Katz interview from The Athletic, you just go through that whole thing and you listen to the early squad. I've said this last year and I'll say it again. The best offense on this team is run by the bench and the young players.
Exactly. Ball movement.
And it's and it's Tibbs who's doing it. It's Tibbs who's running the offense the whole time. It's not like it's somebody different like Johnny Bryant. You done? Tibbs is running the offense on both the bench and also the starters. I remember there was times like me and Guillermo would talk about it. There were times that Tibbs would say, move the ball, pass the ball, and move faster, and Julius Randle would, 1, slow down the play. 2, he would actually run his own ISO play and wave the coach off. I understand the negative that is Julius Randle, but just the idea of saying Tibbs is all bad when he's actually saying move the ball and doing something completely different with the bench, which is the future of the team, And also, too, don't forget that he chose 3 of those draft picks so far on the team, if not 4. Those young same players, he chose them specifically. He's just trying to develop them different from what other people are saying to develop them as.
Hey, I just want to say real quick, I'm gonna jump off, but before I jump off, man, I just want to say, man, it's a beautiful thing when you can just see a father with his child. You know what I'm saying? Because we see more women with their kid, with our kids, than to see the father. And every time I see you, my God, you got your little one, and I just salute that all the way to the fullest, man. I commend all the fathers. You know what I'm saying? And being the head hoes of their house and raising our kids, man. Blessings to you and your child, man. I just wanted to mention that. Freezy, my brother, I'm gonna get with you later on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all men. Y'all have a great afternoon. I got a barber appointment, but I've been rocking with y'all. I need to go in here and get, you know what I'm saying, polished up and get ready to go to this New York Giants draft. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
See what's going
Lord.
down, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing about the Bears. I don't want to hear nothing about them Flippers. That's them Dolphins. Y'all don't miss y'all work. You got Tyreek and I don't know who the rest of y'all team. But blessings to the chat, man, and everybody, man. Salute, salute, salute.
Later, J-Boy. Take
All
care,
right,
man.
Boogie.
No doubt, man.
That thing gonna be lethal in Miami this year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out to everybody about it, man. That's what's up. Shout out to the Giants if they could actually do something correct this year.
Oh man, Giants ain't gonna do it.
Y'all better get Saquon up out of there.
That's true.
All that size, and that man don't like to run between the tackles.
Hey,
Y'all
the
better get him up
Giants.
out of there.
Ron. When the Giants get tackles, Saquon will be able to run between them.
He don't like running between no tackles. Y'all better get him up out of there.
Yeah, man. Saquon just doing the best he can, man. They ain't blocking nothing.
But I tell you this, man. The Knicks, we really in a dangerous spot, man. Because depending on how this offseason goes, we can either take a step forward or we can take 3 backwards. And really, I'm interested to see what moves we make. But like I've come to the realization, man. I'm at this point, for the right deal, ain't nobody untouchable. Nobody, not even the golden child RJ. Nobody.
Hey, Freezy, I like that dog you got there.
Yeah, it's Benny.
Benny?
Man. Yeah.
Hey, it's one of my cousins.
That's touche, my friend. My cousin Benny.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, Ron, you know what? I think the Knicks are in a situation where if they tackle 1 to 2 issues and solve that issue, at least for the short term, I think you'll see the Knicks win more games. Right? And so the reason why I say that is because some of these issues that we're having is not an issue of I'll give you an example, right? What culture do we have? What's the direction of the team?
We don't have no culture.
What are we doing?
We don't have no culture.
I'm gonna take Benny back in there because Benny ready to take a nap, and hold on. I'll be right back, y'all.
All right. But to Freeze's point, man, right now the Knicks don't have no culture. You know, we just a team of a bunch of individual parts. That's what we are right now.
Well, they better ride it this offseason. They have an opportunity. Or heads are going to roll. I said it earlier. It's just going to happen.
We can't afford not to be in the playoffs again this year, and that's for that front office. That's why I think for them, they're really in a dangerous spot because if they do not make the playoffs, I don't see Dolan coming back. I mean, I don't see Tibbs coming back next year, and I do not see Leon coming back next year if we don't make the playoffs.
You know,
I don't see it happening.
Yeah, we lost. We got to get the culture back because the identity was supposed to be defense, and you kind of went away from that this past season, bringing in 2 players that didn't fit. So you got to get that. But Ron, I had to give you your props on what you said earlier in the season. You said we got to depend on Burks at the point guard, we're in trouble. You said that right off the rip, and I was praying and hoping that they were going to pull somebody in, and they didn't. You know. Then you have the other side when you looking at IQ. Can he hold the point? Can he run the point? When he got time, he performed. But you know, you still got to figure out. You know, do you want to go rolling in? Because some folk in the chat are making some very valid points. But then too, it's like you don't know what you know. We can't predict the future on that. Let's see what we have.
And I agree with you, Freak. I mean, Soul Finger Man, and I tell you this, you know, Brunson balling up. Got to give him his credit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I ain't gonna knock Brunson. But the thing is, like I said, man, the New York Knicks, when you don't have no identity, you don't know who you want to be. You got more questions than answers. One guy coming in here ain't gonna fix these problems. And if you throw money at somebody, God forbid, they come in here and this thing don't go right, they're gonna be ready to drive him out of town. The first thing smoking.
Right.
Because with a huge contract come with huge expectations. And that's just the name of the game. And
we were like that with
Fournier.
We were like that with Fournier at the beginning of the season, remember?
Huh?
Remember, we were like that with Fournier at the beginning of the season.
Exactly.
We wanted to run Fournier out of town. Now, as the season went along, he got acclimated to the team and got better and better. But, man, the first month of Fournier, what?
You know who else? Revisionist history? Chris Childs.
Yeah.
Same way. Signed that big contract, came to us.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. But when you look at this situation, man, that's where I'm at with this team. At this point, nobody's untouchable for the right deal. But that tells me when I'm thinking like that this thing is further away than people think. We are not that close to making no playoffs. I'm sorry. We're not that close. We're not that close. When 9 players on your roster is nothing but a bunch of young guys, 9 out of the 15, you're not close to making no playoffs.
So Ron, what move do we make to close the gap?
That's the thing, Freezer. That's the 9 out of the.
I ain't hear you, man.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. I was getting a phone call was coming through. I don't even know what move they can make to get there. Really, the major thing they need to do is just establish what kind of team we're gonna be first. What's gonna be our identity? That's before you start talking playoffs or any of that. We need to find whether or not we're gonna be a defensive team or an offensive team. Period. And if you don't have no identity, you can't be talking about no playoffs.
Right. I would say this to your point, Ron. The Miami Heat have established a culture, right? The Miami Heat's culture is we are going to be the most physically fit team in the league, and we are going to be tough. Regardless what systems we run, whether it's defense, locking down defense, or shooting the three, we are going to be a tough team, right? On defense, you see them try to lock down people, and then on offense, they spread you out with Max Struss and Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero and Kyle Lowry, and they shoot that three. And it ain't old school Miami Heat basketball because they shoot that three, man. They ain't scared. They ain't afraid to shoot it from anywhere. Right.
And you know one thing, Freezer, I'm gonna tell you that. I'm glad you brought up Miami. One thing I do like about Pat Riley, they don't ever get comfortable with the players on their roster.
Right.
They constantly bringing in talent. If it's talent out there that's warranted, they're going to go get them. They don't get comfortable. And I think that's what has happened with the New York Knicks, man. Under this regime, we got comfortable. We got comfortable.
Yeah. Kemba Walker
not
wearing
be
the
comfortable in sports, man. When you get comfortable, that's when you lose.
Right. Right. What's up, Chuck?
What's good?
What's up, Rob? What's good?
All right.
You want to jump in on? You want to jump in on this point guard discussion, Chuck, or you want to just let me rock?
Well, we don't have one.
Okay.
The closest thing we got to a point guard is Derrick Rose, and we can't rely on those knees. And Kimber is still under contract, correct?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah.
No pun
Mass
intended.
unit.
Yeah. So, man. They have to upgrade the position. You can't rely on a shooting guard playing point guard. We did that with Burks, and now we want to do that with Quickly. It's not going to work. And if we do get a point guard, Randall have to change his game.
That's a lot. That's a lot to ask for.
That's funny.
No, well,
You
that's
think,
what.
hey, Chuck? You think he'll change his game?
No.
Right
I
there,
think-
the fact that
well,
he calls like that,
I-
that lets
I
you know
think-
how stubborn Randall is.
No,
Keep going.
I think he'll change it if the point guard is better than him.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
if the
absolutely.
name is
He has
that
to have
strong.
somebody he can respect.
Exactly.
So, a point guard he respects. Not Joe, not some cat coming in the league or some younger cat behind him. He's got to be a name that he respects to
Exactly.
do that.
Somebody that's established. That
Not nobody who's up and coming is what you basically telling me. They gotta be that dude.
They gotta be that dude already.
Yeah, like it would have been C.J. McCullough. It would have been a different thing. He'll stand by for a C.J. McCullough, or as we thought about a Dame Dollar or somebody like that. Then he'll back of the bus it.
Yeah, but for I like Bronson, but Randall's not going to hand the keys over to him.
No, I don't think so neither.
You know, but a lot of it has to do with Tibbs too, though.
You got to set the tone as the coach.
Yeah. So he got to take the ball out of Randall's hands.
Mm-hmm.
But
right.
Once you do that, then you take the effectiveness away from Randall. So it's almost double-edged because he needs the ball to be effective. As much as we don't like him having the ball, he can't play off the ball.
You're right.
Well, Chuck.
Yeah.
And you and Rob are like the two perfect people I want to hear from on that statement.
Well, not really Rob. Not really Rob. Rob is. Rob
I got about 6 minutes before my break. I'm just waiting on that before I go in. That's why I'm just sitting back patiently waiting, Chuck. That's all.
All right. So here's my question. Quick, Chuck. They tried.
I'm not at my house.
You in a homeless shelter?
Huh?
You in a homeless shelter?
Oh, come on, bro.
All right, go ahead.
Rob, they tried to use Randall off ball this season. They tried to let Kimber run the offense at times. Randall hijacked the offense to me, if you ask me.
Yes.
To me, it worked to some degree, and other people were able to cook. I don't see, and a lot of people are calling for Obi Toppin. I don't see where Obi Toppin will be successful, no matter what the coach is, because he, in of itself, is still trying to find his 3-point shot. He got played off the court as soon as the team as soon as teams went zone, because he just can't shoot the three consistently. I think we need Randall more than we would like to think, at least until we find a appropriate replacement. But like, people are minimizing it so much. Like, Randall has no value whatsoever to the team. Like, he does have a value, but what is a role, that off-ball role, if any, is screen roll, dive, pass, whatever it is, that Randall could actually take up?
Not on this team.
None.
Randall too ball dominant. That's the problem. You said it earlier when you talked about Randall. Randall is not playing in the confines of team ball. He don't play team ball.
That's it.
He doesn't. His stats look great, but he ain't the type. And you see it when he's on the court trying to play that game when the ball is moving and stuff. He looked like he lost. He'll stand around in one spot for the most part. That's what you see from Randall when them guys trying to move that ball. Randall is not the same player, period. And for that, he has to go.
Okay.
Well, part of the problem is he don't have he don't have a game with a back to the basket game. Like you're not feeding Randall in the post. So in order to get his, he has to face you up, go by you, or shoot the fall away. So he get everything off of the face up. So in that case, he needs the ball. So bringing in a ball dominant point guard is just going to take attempts away from Randall. So his game is not going to change. It's just he's going to get fewer attempts because he's not going to have the ball as much. That's what a point guard is going to do for Randall. Like a point guard ain't going to help. Like I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, when RJ get a point guard, RJ game is not going to change with a point guard.
He's ball dominant too.
He's ball dominant. Like what he do don't require a point guard. If you look at his go-to moves and the way he scores, it's not off of a point guard. It's off of himself.
Hold on, wait, Chuck. I would push back against that. Season 2, RJ's second season, he played off Randall very well. Catch and shoot numbers was through the roof. Shot over 40%. Drove the ball off the catch and off the bounce. You can't just sit here and say that he can't play off anybody. And also his first season, he did a lot of points. He got a lot of points off just cuts to the basket, diving and all that stuff. In general, I agree with you. Yeah. But I do think that RJ is better at playing off ball than Percy Randall. It's not the same exact.
No, that I will agree with. He is more willing to do it. Randall ain't.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the point won't benefit from a point guard.
Okay.
Like,
I get
ball
it.
movement is different from just having a pure point guard, right?
Right.
So what Nick is describing is ball movement. But having Chris Paul is really not going to take RJ's game to the next level.
Sherwin just said it in the chat that he's a bully ball player just like Randall, and he is.
He is.
That's what he does.
Yeah. He forces his way to the basket and look for the fouls. They almost play the same game. They almost play the same game, except for Randall's mid-range game is better than RJ's.
RJ 3-point shot is better than Julius.
This year.
This year.
Actually, both years.
No, not last year. Well, last year.
And Julius was about 40% last year.
RJ was over 40 as well.
Oh,
and
maybe like a shade on the Randall.
For a certain stretch, he was over 40, but not for the whole season.
RJ has never been good for a whole season, so.
And that's another thing. He got to get consistent, man. Stop starting to slow too. That's another big thing with RJ. Rob, man, what you got to say? You muted, Rob.
What I got to say really doesn't include anything that Chuck say, because Chuck got a 1950s basketball mind, so he's still waiting on the return of Clyde Frazier. So,
y'all need a show.
Let's exclude him out the picture. So, but no, what I wanted to address was more of the expectations. Right now, the panel, everybody's putting in expectations of next year already. We haven't even gotten through the summer. If we don't make the playoffs, this is going to happen, and that's going to happen.
Rob, I have no expectation.
What you have to take into consideration is this will be year 3 of Leon Rose. And you made the playoffs one year in the COVID year, which the whole league shot fantastic, not just the Knicks. Now that the fans are back, as you can see, scoring is down. So is the Knicks. So everything is falling back into the rightful place of things. So when you look at the whole picture, look at it as this. This is just year 3. If you want to know who's untradeable and who's tradable, right now, as far as I'm concerned, nobody is. Everybody can stay because you're trying to get chemistry. Before you add an all-star to something, have something for an all-star to come to. Right now, we don't even have the players that we know for sure is going to be here.
Okay.
So let's get this chemistry together, find out who's going to be here, and then we'll add a star. All these moves that's being made in free agency. Look at Brooklyn. They made all the moves and they out in the first round. Look at Chicago. They made all the moves out in the first round. If that was us that had Alonzo Ball sitting on the bench with an injury and paid DeMarcus $90 million to give us 140-point game in the playoffs, then going home, these same fans sitting right here will be going nuts, blaming everything on the front office. So sit back, hold your horses. Let's raise who we have. Right now, let's see. We can't rush it.
No,
And
Rob.
right now, everybody's trying to rush it.
Rob, why we gotta wait, bro?
Because there's no choice.
Yeah, there's always a choice.
No, the choice is what? Go into somebody else's garbage and look for their scraps? That's what you want to do?
No.
Stop going to Dallas all the time. Like Dallas, the only team in the league that got players.
Yeah,
hey, look at here.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at though,
Hey,
Rob, is if you wait, instead of Jason Tatum being 25, he'll be 26.
Hey, look at
He ain't
here.
going nowhere. Jason Tatum ain't going nowhere.
Chicago didn't wait. What did that get them?
Chicago
Brooklyn
had injuries late in the season. That's what derailed them.
Brooklyn didn't wait.
Chicago is different because this is Chicago.
But no, that's what I'm saying. My point is this here. We've done that before. We went and made mass changes and got a 54-win season, but it wasn't nothing that you can keep. It was a flash in the pan. Now y'all want to run out there and do the same thing over again. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing, expecting a different result.
I'm gonna tell you what I want them to do. Leon Rose, Leon Rose, right, Rob? I need you to support your coach and get the defensive players that your coach need to be successful. Period.
Look,
Hold on. Don't go getting players past their prime that's offensive minded, like a Kimba or Evan Fournier, and you undermine your coach defensive scheme. Don't do that. And that was mistake number one. That's why we didn't go nowhere.
Hey, look, like I always said about those veterans, that was just a layer of an onion. It's what's under them that I put on this team for you to worry about. You keep on worrying about the wrong thing. You worrying about that. You need to be worrying about Grimes. You need to be worrying about McBride quickly. Obi, that's what you need to be worrying about. But you're so set on what's in front of you, and you're not worrying about what's behind you.
You know why, Rob? Leon, I'm gonna tell you, you know why, Leon? Coming off that fourth seed, when you had the ability to spend that money and make this thing really be legitimate and go out here and get guys, you went bargain shopping at Kmart at the Blue Light Special to bring players in here, past their prime players that they've given up on the teams, and you brought them in here.
Hey, hindsight,
there's a reason why Boston got rid of both of them guys.
Hey, look, in hindsight, all you really saying is this here, that we would have had somebody sitting on the side that's hurting the playoffs. We would have had the other guy who gave us 40 points one time, and we would have still been home. But I would have spent all this money. Wouldn't you still have been giving me
situations they created equal?
Hey, look at here. Well, we only going by what we're looking at. We're going by what happened.
Hey, Ron,
and what happened was,
Rob, you want to bring it completely back then. You just want to bring
what I'm doing is this here, minor changes. If you can move certain things like Burt out the way, you get Burt out the way.
So what you doing at that point guard position, Leon?
What I'm doing at this point guard position right now, I'm not giving Brunson $25 million. I roll with Quickly for right now. That's more development. It's more
when you
chemistry.
Came around on that, because you sure was yelling Brunson the other day, heavy.
But not for $25 million.
Not for 20 in my book.
Oh, look, 20 is the going price of it, but not for
18.
Hey, look at here.
I'm more in the 15 range if I had to do it.
I tell you just like this here. You got 6 men making $20 million. Hardaway, he comes off the bench. He's making about 20. So we pay somebody 18 and everybody got a problem with it.
You know what might be the best thing to do, Leon? Is stand pat and let this thing continue and just draft.
Exactly.
Just draft because unless there's somebody coming through that door that's a major move.
I
It
don't
ain't
have
gonna
a
get us
problem with that.
nowhere closer to where we trying to get.
I don't have a problem with that at all. I don't have a problem with that.
We might need to sit still. You can go find a point guard. Go get Dennis Schroeder.
Look. Let me just make one more point. Just because Charlotte and Cleveland done made it to the playoffs this year, that doesn't mean as though that they're yearly participants in the playoffs, just like we was last year.
Exactly.
That
Every
doesn't
season
mean
got a
they're
mind
there
of
to
its
stay.
own, man. Every
That
season
doesn't
got a
mean
mind of its own, and there's a
That's
surprise
right.
team every year.
Hey, look at here. Everybody ain't there to stay, and let's be built there to stay. And Russian is not being built there to stay.
Okay.
Hey, Ron, I just wanted to ask one quick question. Who would you have gotten in the offseason?
You said Rob or Ron?
Ron.
Who I would have got in the offseason? I would have stuck with the coach's identity. I would have stuck with the coach's identity and got defensive play. I would have went and got a Kelly Oubre. I would have got him at that wing position. I would have went and got Dennis Schroeder at that point guard position. There's no way in the world I would have came back with Derrick Rose and depending on Kemba. Both of them guys, we all knew it. We was happy. You know, I ain't going to even front. I was happy because I knew the talent. But the concerns was the injury. And that was always a concern. That's all you heard everybody say, if them guys can stay healthy. So we went in the season knowing that it's a potential that both of these guys can miss major amounts of time.
But you just said, Ron, that getting rid of Kemba from Boston got rid of Kemba. Boston also got rid of Schroeder.
Boston got rid of Fournier too.
Exactly.
I'm talking about the two guys.
So we going back in the garbage again.
Schroeder is not a bad player. Schroeder came on the team. Schroeder would be our best point guard.
Schroeder and DeRozan. Schroeder and DeRozan. That's who I would have gotten in the offseason.
Yeah, I would have got DeRozan too.
We make the playoffs. Schroeder and DeRozan.
Oh yeah, because Schroeder.
I gotta agree with Chuck on that one.
I'm not giving Rosen no $90 million.
I wasn't gonna pay Schroeder.
That's how much he got. That's what he got.
Okay, so my man JJ said he wants Schroeder, but now brother makes sense. Laugh out loud. Guess what? The kind of performance I'm gonna get out of Schroeder, this is why my case. The kind of performance I'm gonna get out of Schroeder gonna be pretty much the same because Brunson averaged 16 points and about 5 assists on the season. Don't let the playoffs fool you. The man averaged 16 points, 4 assists.
But what about this $90 million?
Schroeder defense is gonna be better than Brunson's.
But what about this $90 million that you just gave this man who gave you 140-point game in the playoff and did what he always did?
Give him 90.
So you wasn't getting him. That's what he got.
Chicago had to give him 90 to get him.
25 games, though.
So you wasn't gonna get him.
I don't know how true that is. Because there's reports of this saying that he was interested in coming to New York because the whole thing is, and they even talked about this in the article. They said that New York missed the boat because we were so looking at trying to get. Remember the whole talk about trying to get Dame? They said DeRozan was the key to get Dame.
But he got 90. He wasn't coming because he got 90.
Yeah, he was. Well,
if you wasn't gonna give it to him, then what's the point?
You could have got him for less than 90, man.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have took next to 90.
You could have got him for less than 90. At this point in DeRozan career ain't all about money. That man trying to win too. And New York was on the uprise. We was on the uprise.
So you saying he would have took less?
The point
man,
is
if you could have got him for 80, you could have possibly got that man for 80.
I wasn't gonna give him 80.
They didn't try.
You wasn't gonna give him 80?
60 is the max.
Come on, man.
After his season,
if you ain't gonna give him 80, you don't deserve to give him.
Hey, look at here. After his season with San Antonio, he wasn't worth that.
Man,
look
stop
at his
that.
last
Stop
season.
that, man.
Look at his last season in San Antonio.
Stop that, because your money is determined based on how you perform. Those tails are based on how you perform. And if he wasn't worth 90, he wasn't gonna get 90.
He got 90.
Come on, Rob, man. Stop that, man. DeRozan ain't been no slouch even in San Antonio. He was no slouch over there.
31 years old and he got 90. I wasn't giving him 90. That's all I'm saying. At 31?
I tell you what, DeRozan would have been a better move than having Fournier. I tell you that.
Yes.
I tell you that.
No, I don't think so.
I like Fournier.
You don't think so?
I got Fournier for 54.
You forgot Fournier was on Survivor Island for a while.
But
nowhere to
I
be
got him
found.
for $54 million.
You forgot Fournier had disappeared too. He had
But I got him
disappeared
for
like
$54
Houdini.
million. But I got him for $54 million.
He didn't play good the whole season, but I know
I agree.
I
But
know
it
my
cost me
man out there in
54.
Chicago broke Michael Jordan record.
And he broke Stark's record.
Okay.
And he a better
Hey, y'all.
defender than Fournier.
Hey, y'all, I gotta get out of here, man, so I can get some sleep. I'm sorry, y'all.
Rob, I appreciate you,
man.
boy.
I'm about to crash on the screen. I'm about to take some Z's right here, man. But hey, man, so I'm gonna be back tomorrow, man. We're gonna do the same thing, man. I'm gonna try. Hey, Ron, you know we do vibes and stuff in the mornings, right? Bro,
Yeah, man.
We got to have you one morning, one of these mornings when you get some time, no pressure, to talk fish and grits. Now, I know that might be a little bit behind, you know what I'm saying? You know, some fish and grits and some biscuits. Now, I know you might not, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, there's only one problem with that, and Soulfinger will tell you what that problem is for me. Morning.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't get up early, man.
I
don't go to bed till 3-4 o'clock in the morning, man.
Yeah.
Serious insomnia, man.
Yeah, because me and Ron had many talks about 2-3 in the morning.
Right.
His time.
Right.
So man.
And so Soulfinger jump on. So I meant to tell y'all, man.
You can thank the military for that one, Freezer. They messed me up with that, man.
Yeah, I know. It's one of the reasons why I work nights.
All them long nights walking through the jungle and stuff, man. People in their bed sleep. I'm up walking.
Yep. One of the reasons why man I work nights is because of that. So I ain't gonna get into nothing too specific, man. I'm gonna just leave that where it is.
Yeah,
but
man.
hey, Chuck, it's good to see you, man. One of these days, man, we're gonna have to talk this sneaker collection on vibes and stuff, man. We got to talk sneakers and stuff, bro.
And Chuck, I'm still waiting on you to get your show, boy. You need to get a segment on Blowing Tales or something. I'm telling you, you need it, man.
It's gonna be a minute.
I've been telling you that for years now. Come on now.
Man.
What you waiting on?
I'm waiting to retire.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, 4 years
Hey,
left.
Ron, give me a hit when you get a chance.
Yeah, man, I sure will.
Hey, y'all, thank you everybody for coming through. I'm gonna get out of here and go take the puppy outside and walk him. You know what I'm saying? You know how you gotta walk that energy off them young dogs, boy. You gotta.
Yeah, you better walk him. Hey, you better make sure you have him on a chance to get loose and don't come home.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, be chasing after something.
Yeah, man. And I'm like when I run, I'm like a stack of pancakes, bro. I'm a stack of pancakes running, and I got rolls everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get back. I'm trying to get back in that shape, though. Trying to get back to it. So, but hey, Chuck, listen. I ordered some gloves and some hand wraps, man. I'm gonna get back in this gym and see what I got left in the tank, bro. I saw how Wilder lost to Fury.
Oh yeah. Brawler versus a boxer.
He ain't got no sense. He dumb.
He's a brawler. He rely on that. He rely on that one punch.
He dumb. You can't see Tyson Fury. You can't see Tyson Fury sidestep setting up a right hand.
Mm-mm.
You learned that day one.
He ain't worrying about that. He worrying about landing his.
Man, okay. and trust me, he landed too, flat on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No defense.
No whatsoever.
None.
And wasn't trying to do anyway, yo, we gotta, whenever you get some time, bro, I know you be mad busy, man. But you know what I'm saying, we be trying to do our thing over there, just talk regular stuff like shoe game. This morning we talked hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we talked. That's why I was late coming on here. So, but anyway, thank you everybody for coming through.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to get these guys to talk more than just Tom Thibodeau rotations, because these dudes are smart. They know a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to pull all that stuff out of them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Chuck, man, I'll holler at you later, man. You be safe out there doing that thing you be doing, bro.
Yeah. Peace, brother.
All right, bro.